Katia, are you beginning?
Yes. I'm just taking a look at the number of participants. Yes, they are coming up. Let's just take some minutes. Good afternoon, everyone. My afternoon. Full of spelling mistakes. It's a huge afternoon. Right, it's 4 o'clock. Let's be punctual because we have lots of content to share with you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks very much for joining us this Friday afternoon. Today, our webinar is going to be a presentation on our new title for teenagers, Game Changer. And our presenter is going to be Alcione Tavares, one of our academic consultants. If you have questions for Alcione, please use the Q&A tool in Zoom. I'll be monitoring these questions and Alcione will answer them by the end of her presentation. Please tell us where you are from in the chat box. By the end of this presentation, we are going to share a link with you so that you can give us feedback and you get a certificate of participation in this webinar. Let me share a little bit with you the biodata of Alcione. Alcione holds an MA in English language from Universidade Federal Fluminense in Niterói, Rio. She has taught English for many years and has worked as an academic consultant and teacher trainer for Cambridge University Press since 1990. She prepared the teachers for the TKT, Teaching Knowledge Test, from 2005 to 2007. Without further ado, I'll pass the floor to you, Alcione. Thanks very much for your collaboration.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Katia. Thank you all for being here this afternoon, and I hope you enjoy the presentation of Game Changer, your new choice for teens. This is the agenda for this presentation. We're going to take a look at Game Changer, the editorial team, Cambridge Life Competencies, the partnership from Cambridge University Press and Instituto Ayrton Senna. Then we're gonna take a look at components, features of Game Changer, digital pack, some benefits that Game Changer offers teachers and learners, and also at the end of this presentation, a transition from Connect to Game Changer. Game Changer is an American English series with global themes. For a digital generation, we're launching this new series of 4 levels from A1 to B1. And notice that the first level is not called level 1, it's called starter. So first level is starter, followed by 1, 2, and 3, and then it's a 4-level course. What does it mean to be a game changer? Look at the faces of these young guys, how beautiful they look and how full of energy they are. In a complex and changing world, teachers in their everyday practices work on developing critical individuals who are willing to be protagonists of change in their community, country, and why not to say in the world. They are the game changers of tomorrow. So let's get to know the authors of Game Changer. It has been specially made for Brazilian students and written by Brazilian authors with expertise in both teaching and writing English language teaching materials. Let me introduce you to the author team of Game Changer: Maurício Chiroma, Verônica Teodorov, Viviane Kimerliene, and Denise Santos. Besides having Brazilian authors, Game Changer also had a Base Nacional Comum Curricular, BNCC, specialist, Paulo Machado, to guarantee the requirements were met. When Cambridge University Press develops a new series, a new English language teaching series, it is very important that we listen to you, the teachers. And then because we wanted Game Changer to be a special ELT course for Brazilian learners, we had a selected teachers advisory panel who are teachers of teenagers, and they were invited to contribute with ideas and expressed the main challenges bearing in mind the Brazilian learners' needs. We have this list of thanks and acknowledgements. You can see that list on the last page of both students' book and teachers' book. And we want to thank all this team of teachers who helped us while we were in the phase of constructing a Game Changer. Game Changer also takes for granted the fact that it is important to prepare learners for the 21st century world. They need the 21st century skills. So Game Changer, let me just give me a second, please. Game Changer offered tasks to develop life competencies, such as learn to learn, critical thinking, creative thinking, not only those, other competencies such as communication, social responsibilities, collaboration. All these competencies belong to Cambridge Life Competencies Framework, a framework to develop skills for life. We look at the framework and we see the 6 main competencies. For each competency, you have a core area. So let's get an example. Critical thinking. There are 3 core areas. Let's look at the middle one, evaluating arguments and ideas. How do we find critical thinking, evaluating arguments and ideas within a course book? We find it when we have activities that develop students' special abilities. For example, let's look at the list of can-do statements. We want students to be able to compare points and arguments from different sources, to be able to distinguish between main and supporting arguments, and also to identify the basic structure of an argument. So these skills, these can-do statement abilities, are present in the course book in activities that will help students develop critical thinking. So once you have the framework and then you have split into areas and can-do statements, it becomes closer to our teaching experience and to our students' learning experience as well. We mentioned the partnership between Cambridge University Press and Instituto Ayrton Senna, which is a nonprofit Brazilian organization internationally recognized by its effective work in the public educational area of Brazil. How does this partnership work? For each Game Changer coursebook sold, a percentage will be donated to Instituto Ayrton Senna. In this way, the school community will contribute to their projects on supporting the public education in Brazil. Game Changer has 2 printed components. One of them is the student's book and workbook in one edition. We call it a combo edition. So student's book, workbook, combo edition. And that is an activation code at the back front cover of the student's book, And this activation code allows students to reach online resources, such as Practice Extra, Collaboration Plus, and a portfolio space. There will be a video presenting all the digital package, both for students and teachers later on in this presentation. For the time being, what I'd like to highlight is that nowadays, when we talk about components, we cannot only talk about printed components, but also the online components as well. As for teachers, you have a printed teacher's book and also an access code to a presentation plus, collaboration plus, a set of teachers' resources and test generator so that you can create the tests for all levels of Game Changer. Let's take a look at this page. It is from the teacher's book. It's a teacher's book page. It is taken from the first page of Unit 1 of the starter level. So we're talking about an opening or a unit opener. In this unit opener, you find the number of the unit, the name of the unit, unit aims, and at the bottom of the page of the student's book, you find two questions related to the picture and the video. And students are supposed to watch the video and answer the questions that will help set the scene or set the topic of the unit. And as you can see, on each page of the teacher's book, you have then the page of the student's book. And around the page of the student's book, lots of teaching notes to help us teachers plan and deliver our lessons. You have a warmer, you have step-by-step notes for teachers, and at the bottom of the teacher's book page, a list of all the resources needed to work with Game Changer. If you want to use flipped classroom, what you can do, and then you have suggestions, the list of unit aims presented very clearly for us. So what is it that we find in the series Game Changer? You find different themes for each level. For the starter level, health and well-being. If you look at the lenses of the binoculars, you see that there are different pictures, different drawings. Those drawings represent the different themes. So starter level, health and well-being. Level 1, climate change and sustainability. Level 2, world and globalization. And level 3, information, privacy, security, be responsible online, technologies, and social media. How is each level of Game Changer organized? You have a welcome unit plus 8 full units. The welcome unit is quite useful because if you are teaching Game Changer 2, for example, the welcome unit will give you exercises and a review of the main content of Game Changer 1 because you are beginning level 2. So while you have this revision, you get an idea of how much students remember from Game Changer 1. At the same time, it can be used as a diagnostic unit because you can be dealing with level 2 with students who are studying from level 2 for the first time. So how much of that content presented in the welcome unit do my students really know, or how much of that content I need to give more emphasis before I go to unit 1? Because one thing you need to bear in mind, whatever you see in the welcome unit is taken for granted that the learner already knows. And then when you start in unit 1, that content is expected from learners to know to go into the level that you are working with. As for the starter level, The welcome unit is quite simple. It gives the alphabet, a few numbers, some classroom language, which is quite useful when you start learning English for the first time. Things like, how do you say this word in English? How do you spell that word? Open your book on page whatever. So this type of classroom language, which is quite useful as from the beginning. And then you have a review lesson for every 2 units. Here is the scope and sequence of the starter level. As you can see, you have a topic, a different topic for every unit, and the strands of vocabulary, grammar, reading, listening, speaking and pronunciation, writing. So these are the normal strands that we find in course books. But if you look at the last strand, you're gonna see critical thinking. So as you can see, the competency of critical thinking plays a major role in Game Changer. At the back of the student's book, at the end of the student's book, better saying, you find some extras. You find extra readings, puzzles and games, projects, and verb lists. There are 4 extra texts at the end of the student's book that you can use for further practice for the unit contents. There are contexts in which we find it important for students to practice further reading. If we have time, it's quite an interesting set of activities to provide learners with. You also have a set of puzzles and games. What are they for? You can use those puzzles and games for different purposes. But inside the pages of a unit, you have signposts that tells you fast finisher. So if you give an activity and then a group of students finishes that activity before the other, and you want to give them something to do, the student's book page sends them to the back of the students to that area called puzzles and games, where they can do an activity related to whatever was being done in the unit. So these activities can be done then by fast finishers, or if you want to, you're giving a lesson, students are a little tired, they want to do something different, you want to change the pace of the lesson, you can then send them to a fun-like activity at the back of the student's book so that you can change the pace of the lesson a little bit. There are 2 projects for each level of Game Changer. And as you know, projects offer a personalized and communicative way to practice what has been studied, as well as develop the skills when you ask students to work in groups. The workbook, as I mentioned before, comes with the student's book in a combo edition. So student's book, workbook in one edition, a combo edition. What is very interesting in the workbooks that you find a language reference in the opening of every unit from the workbook. As you can see in the picture, you have unit 1 from the starter level, the name of the unit, who am I, and on the first page of the workbook, a language reference. The language reference contains grammar charts of the 2 grammar points presented in the unit and the list of the key vocabulary that the learners saw in the unit. So it's a summary, it's a language summary and a reference for learners. And right after that, you have 3 pages of vocabulary, grammar, and reading practice in the workbook. What are the benefits of Game Changer? There are many, as you will see in a minute. It is easy to teach. By all means, it's an easy course book to work with. First, you have excellent content, very well organized. You know exactly what you're teaching. If you're teaching vocabulary and context, if you're teaching grammar, if you're practicing grammar, if you're offering extra speaking, a set of speaking activities, if you're offering learners writing practice, you know exactly where you are. It's clear, well structured for learners and teachers. Second, the teacher's book can't be clearer. It's easy to follow, easy to understand. Once you go through a unit of Game Changer, you have a very clear idea on how to work with it. Of course, we need to study, especially when we are teaching something for the first time, but it's not time-consuming in terms of lesson planning. Language is in Game Changer, language presented in real-life contexts and cultural global topics bring diversity to the classroom. English as a lingua franca, language for international communication. So you have different text genres, you have cultural information through videos, through special lessons, and you're gonna see there is much in Game Changers if we think of cultural, cross-cultural information. The videos are great. Short videos motivate students, help build interest in the topic, spark curiosity, and introduce the language in context. You have, as you can see in the pictures, one video in the unit opener and an ending video. And I'll tell you in a minute where the ending video is. So two videos, beginning and at the beginning and at the end of the unit. Here you find the second video, here and here. These are lessons that finish units. This first lesson is called Around the World. Around the World sections introduce students to different people and cultures from around the world, encouraging critical thinking and raising cross-cultural awareness. You find the second video of the unit here. The closing video extends students' interest in the topic. So you have 8 units in Game Changer. There are 4 around the world sections or lessons ending each unit. And you have 4 English across the curriculum sections at the end of a unit, expanding students' knowledge on other school subjects, such as geography, maths, physical education, history, and so on. So they are clue lessons. So cultural lessons, clue lessons to finish different units in the series. Projects encourage students to practice language naturally and provide opportunities to develop the necessary skills when working in groups. Guided speaking and writing activities help students develop speaking and writing skills. Look at the 2 pages you have on this slide. The first one says speaking, the second one says writing. What does it mean? Every single activity on each of these pages are guided speaking activities that will gradually lead students into the ultimate speaking or writing activity from the page. And you have speaking pages in units 1, 3, 5, and 7, and writing pages in units 2, 4, 6, and 8. And you have in Game Changer a robust digital offer in a single place for teachers and students called Cambridge One, our brand new learning environment. The address is this one you have here, www.cambridgeone.org. The digital package then, when I showed you the components, remember that I listed Students have practice extra, collaboration plus, and a portfolio space. Teachers have presentation plus, collaboration plus, test generator, teachers resources. So all of these online components that we're calling the digital package are in one place, Cambridge One. So let's see this digital package with more details now. Let's watch a video.
Welcome to this walkthrough of the Game Changer digital package on Cambridge One, our home for digital learning. On cambridgeone.org, you can access all the teaching and learning materials for your course and data insights that enable you to track progress and measure the success of your students, all in one place. Cambridge One is easy to access and mobile-friendly. First, hit the sign up button, or if you already have an account, click on log in. After you log in, you have the option to create a class by hitting the new class button on the right. Then, give your class a name, select Game Changer in the menu, and your class is ready to go. You can then share your class key with your students so they can join. Students just need to sign up using the access code, which comes in the Game Changer book, and then enjoy the activities and games. They can also use their home computers, smartphones, or tablets. Now let's check out the features Cambridge One has to offer for Game Changer users. Practice Extra contains additional practice activities for every unit of the student's book. The activities offer extra practice of the grammar and vocabulary of the unit. There's also an element of gamification in which students are awarded medals for completing activities and getting a high score. These medals appear on the student's learning path, rewarding progress and providing encouragement to retry for a better score. Practice Extra also includes fun games to motivate the students while they learn. Presentation Plus is the classroom presentation software, which allows you to display an interactive version of the student's book and workbook with embedded audio and video. It can be launched online or downloaded for offline use. These two can be used on digital boards and can also be really helpful for online or hybrid classes if students are learning from home. Collaboration Plus is a tool that allows students to collaborate remotely and share their work online. Teachers can create groups of students and assign their students project work and speaking or writing tasks in Cambridge One. Teachers also have access to teachers' notes to support them in understanding the tasks and setting assignments. Project work is broken down into different stages, and each stage has a number of achievable tasks which take students step by step through the project. Students can collaborate in class and/or online. Students can collaborate on tasks by writing or recording their ideas, and teachers are able to see what students have done by checking their conversation thread. Teachers can also moderate and even leave comments on tasks to provide encouragement and praise. Students get clear and specific information about what to do in each step of creating their final work, helping students to learn how to work collaboratively without needing too much teacher support. When the final productive work is finished, teachers can give a final grade for the group and choose to publish work to the showcase where students can see each other's work. In the class data area, teachers can find the scores students received for activities from Practice Extra and Collaboration Plus, as well as which activities are completed, the time they have spent on them, and how many attempts they have made. This helps teachers see which students have performed well and who needs extra support. Finally, the task generator enables you to create a variety of ready-made or customizable tasks for your students, choosing from a bank of grammar, vocabulary, listening, reading, and writing activities. So I hope you've enjoyed this walkthrough of the digital package for Game Changer on Cambridge One. For more information about Game Changer or to get in touch with your Cambridge local representative, go to cambridge.org/gamechanger.
Did you like it? It's fantastic, isn't it? A lot of many resources found in Cambridge One. Well, if you go to Cambridge One right now, you can see a demo for Game Changer Level 1, a demo for Game Changer Starter Level, and Game Changer Starter with all the resources, both for teachers and learners, is already available. All levels of Game Changers from Starter to Level 3 will be available until the end of this semester. My suggestion to you is, while we are waiting that all the components are available in Cambridge One and the new adoptions of Game Changer start next year, we can already sign up as a teacher on Cambridge One, then log in and then go to My Library, where you can already access the content that you have there. We developed a syllabus that not only includes all the language requirements outlined in BNCC, but also reflects its core values. Let's get, for example, this first one here. The BNCC says, develop intercultural competence, reflect on the role of English in our globalized world and the relationship between language, identity, and culture. For this value, you find in Game Changer global topics, documentary videos with a culture focus, and a dedicated around the world pages that I've already shown you. Course length. Each level of Game Changer needs approximately 80 teaching hours, extendable to 100 teaching hours if you use extra materials. For example, you can use online activities in class or as homework. It's up to you. You have practice extra, games, project work on Cambridge One. But in terms of teachers' resources, you have extra worksheets. You have reading, writing, speaking, and grammar worksheets for all units and all levels of Game Changer. So it's possible to extend the number of hours, teaching hours, using each level of Game Changer. What's the series aimed? Who's the series aimed at? The series is for students from 11 to 14 years old. It can be adopted both in regular schools, lower secondary, so we're talking about Fundamental 2, Ensino Fundamental 2, or it can be taught in private language schools. In English, we say PLSs, which in Portuguese we call cursos de línguas. So you can teach either in Ensino Fundamental 2 in regular schools, or you can teach in private language schools, as long as you take for granted the age of learners and also knowledge of English. Now, we wanted to include a note for those of you who are a current or former user of Connect. We wanted to we thought of bringing you suggestions on how to take care of the transition between Connect and Game Changer. As you know, both series has 4 levels. The names of the levels differ. What we call Connect Level 1 in Game Changer is the starter level. Connect number 2 corresponds to Game Changer 1, Connect 3, Game Changer 2, Connect 4, Game Changer 3. So 4 levels for Game Changer, 4 levels of Connect. But these levels, although they reach the same level, which is V1 at the end of Connect 4 or Game Changer 3, the pace from one level to the other is not exactly the same. That's why we want to suggest a transition. Why the pace is not the same? Because of the time when these series were published. Connect Revised Edition comes from a first edition in 2004, based on the PCNs, remember, Parâmetros Curriculares Nacionais, from 1998 and temas transversais, and the syllabus was entirely based on research market and the author's decisions on the syllabus. Whereas Game Changer was published this year, 2021, based on the NCC and Cambridge Life Competencies. And the syllabus is aligned with the NCC in terms of each level of Fundamental 2. So what is it that we expect students to know when they finish 6th grade, when they finish 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade? So because of that, the syllabi of Connect and Game Changer do not entirely correspond from one level to the other. That means that we need to pay attention to this transition. And we have 3 possibilities of transition. This transition will occur, these 3 possibilities, if you decide, let's imagine you are currently using Connect Revised Edition 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you say, well, I want to use all levels of Game Changer at once next year. Starter 1, 2, and 3. Then we are going to have a transition from Connect 1 to Game Changer 1, Connect Level 2, Game Changer 2, Connect Level 3, Game Changer 3. Well, what does that mean? It means that you can have from us a list of suggestions considering what is the content that your students need to know if they start Game Changer 1, not coming from Game Changer Starter, but coming from Connect 1. What's the content that they need to know if they start Game Changer 2, coming from Connect 2, and Game Changer 3 if they finished Connect 3. So first, we give you a set of content that your students need to know. And we also provide you with resources where you can find the resources to supply or to supplement that content. Having said that, there are a few things that we can offer you. We can offer you a Game Changer executive preview. You can see the cover here. Through this executive preview, you have a very good introduction on the series, a complete student's book unit, a complete teacher's book unit, and the table of contents of all 4 levels. So it gives you an overall idea of what Game Changer is all about. We can also give you this document based on the analysis of the transitions between Connect Revised Edition and Game Changer. We can give you a PDF file, a document called Transition from Connect to Game Changer with all those suggestions I've just mentioned. And we can also send you the links to Game Changer playlist on Cambridge Brazil YouTube channel. There are 2 playlists, one of webinars with pedagogical content, and the other one is a playlist of product presentation. For example, the video I just showed you with the digital package is product presentation. So the playlists cater for 2 types of videos, so 2 different playlists. If you want to receive this material, please contact your local Cambridge representative or our customer services, atendimento.br@cambridge.org. Well, I'd like to thank you all for coming to this presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. And while I check and see if there are any questions, I will keep this slide here so you can take a picture if you want to, or take a note of email address, whatever you want to do, so that you can ask for these documents if you want to, and links if you want to. Very well. Katia, are there questions?
So far, Alcione, the ones that were in the chat, I have already answered. So we have one now, I think. We use Connect from Patricia. We use Connect 1 and 2 today. So we will have to use Game Changer 1 and 2, right?
Okay. You certainly, Patricia, use Connect 1 with beginners. So for beginners, it's Game Changer Starter. The level that corresponds to Connect 1 is Game Changer Starter. And the level in Game Changer that corresponds to Connect 2 is Game Changer 1. So to answer your question is, if you have beginners, Game Changer Starter. And if you are moving from Connect 1 and Connect 2 to Game Changer, Connect 1 is going to be Game Changer 1, Connect 2 is going to be Game Changer 2, as you said.
Alcione, to make it really clear, would you like to go back in your presentation to that slide that has all the 4 levels of Connect and all the 4 levels of Game Changer?
Certainly. Just doing it. So here you are.
Yeah.
Patricia, look, Game Changer Starter, Connect 1, Game Changer 1, Connect 2, and so forth. So you mentioned that you use Connect 1. So next year, are these students going to Game Changer 1? Answering your question, yes. Students from Connect 2, are they going to Game Changer 2? Yes, the answer is yes. And your beginners will go to Game Changer Starter. Is that clear, Katia?
Yes, for me, yes. What about you, Patricia? Can you confirm with us in the chat that you understood?
Okay.
I think so also.
Okay. Okay, Patricia, thank you.
Yes,
okay, understood. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alcione, I think your presentation was really clear and really objective, so I don't see any more questions. We still have some minutes, and I think we should take advantage of that and show them the presentation plus.
Good idea,
Game Changer on Cambridge 1.
Great idea. So here we are, Cambridge 1. Okay. And once you reach Cambridge 1, you have my library. As I mentioned, I have already logged in. I'm already logged in. Here you have my library with all the products that we have on the platform. I'm going to write here Game Changer and all levels of Game Changer available now. Come and we can see it. I'm going to Game Changer Starter Demo, then Presentation Plus, Launch Online. And here we are. Let me show you the Presentation Plus, how it works, what it looks like. So it is a version of the student's book, digital student's book. I can have have different sizes. I can show a double spread, one page or a double spread. Let me show you a page here. Look, a double spread or one page at a time. When I need an audio component, all that I need to do is to click here.
Hi,
If I need to highlight the audio, I can.
And this is a day in my life. On school days, I get up at 6 o'clock. On school days, I get up at 6 o'clock.
I love the possibility of repeating a sentence for students to repeat after the audio. And all I need to do is to click on, if I have the transcript of the audio, I just click on what has been highlighted. Let me show you one more time. I play the audio.
Hi, I'm
And then I
Ivory.
have this sentence here is highlighted, right?
And this is a day in
I want to
my life. Hi, I'm Ivory, and this is a day in my
So this
life.
is quite useful for teachers. Another thing you have here are the videos. You can play the videos. You can have a full screen if you want to.
It's breakfast time. It's 7:30. Time for breakfast. After we sleep, we are hungry and we want to eat. A lot of people start the day with breakfast in their kitchen or dining room. Breakfast is important. It's good for us. A good breakfast helps us study and makes us strong. Breakfast is different in every part of the world. In many Asian countries, there is rice for breakfast. This dish from China is called congee. It sometimes has vegetables or fish. Shakshuka with eggs and tomatoes is a favorite breakfast in North Africa and Israel. In Ukraine, people love these pancakes. They eat them with cheese and jam. This is a full English breakfast. It has bacon, eggs, sausages, beans, mushrooms, and toast. In Colombia and Venezuela, arepas are popular. They are made from plantain or corn. People often buy an arepa in the street for breakfast. What do you have for breakfast? Is your breakfast the same every day?
And then here, let me show you all the pages from the student's book. Pages from the workbook. Remember, I mentioned to you the language reference. As I said, you can highlight whatever you want. If you ask them to do an activity and you need correction, you just click next to the activity, and then you have a bigger version, an interactive version of the same activity, which is quite nice. So they do here once, then they do a second time with you as you correct in an interactive way. So it's quite useful and practical as well. And you have pages from the teacher's book. If you want to read here, well, I have, I'm planning my lesson, I'm using the presentation plus, and then I want to take a quick look on a teaching note or an answer key or whatever. I look at the pages from the teacher's book. Everything in one place. Pages from the student's book, the audio program, video program, answer key to all the activities, both from student's book and workbook. What can we do, use Presentation Plus for? For one-to-one teaching, remote teaching, hybrid lessons. So it's useful independent of what the situation we are in. It's quite practical.
All right, Alcione, I think we still have time to explore the web page.
Do we have time for the web page?
Yes, we do.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So let me go there.
And this group of teachers are really interested because they are all here with us since the beginning.
Really? Nobody left?
Yes, nobody left.
Thank you very much. That's
Thanks
great,
for your
Pat.
participation, teachers.
Thank you very much. That's fantastic. Okay, look, this is the Game Changer Hub on our site. And here you have an overview of the series. The main features, let's put it this way, some videos you can watch on BNCC, whatever the topic is. And then you have deep product details. For the product details, you can read about English as an international language, teen-friendly videos, cross-curricular pages, project work. So it's a digital tools. It's a presentation of these items that I presented in a very shortened way. I did it in a very quick way. So if you want to know a little further, you can come here and read the same items I used in the presentation. In terms of content,
Alcione, I have just shared with them in the chat box the URL for this page you were showing them, cambridge.org/game changer. And then you will see everything that Alcione is presenting now.
If you want, for example, to download a unit from each level of Game Changer, you come to content, then you have students book and workbook. Here you can download a sample unit from the teacher's book, and here you can download the scope and sequence of all 4 levels. For example, Patricia, you mentioned moving from Connect 1 and 2 to Game Changer 1 and 2. Okay, let me take a look at the scope and sequence of 1 and 2 and anticipate what is it that I need to supplement. But don't forget that we have that PDF document talking about the transition. So we already did that for you. Here you have the list of components, ISBNs, the numbers that are important that we have whenever, oops, for some reason we couldn't see it.
Apologies. Yes, we have reported to UK a problem in the web page, but you have lots of information.
Okay. Are the resources available? Let me take a look if there is any problem with the resources.
I believe this is exactly the page that has the problem, Alcione.
Okay, okay. Let me see if we see the resources of Game Changer. Just a second. Okay, resources. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, we don't have much here because basically the main resources are on Cambridge 1, right? Here on Cambridge 1, when I showed you let me see. When I showed you the presentation plus, right? If you come to teachers resources, for example, you will see photocopyable worksheets. This is just a sample unit, okay? You're not looking at everything that you have on Cambridge 1, just a sample unit from the starter level. So look, reading, grammar, writing, speaking, activities, extra worksheets. Teachers resources, you also have a placement test, videos. For teachers, you also find what is it? Okay, we don't have it here. I was going to show you the tests. But as this is the sample, it's not available. Let me see if we find it this is a demo, right? Let me see if we find it in starter level complete. Okay, here, not the demo, but the complete starter level. Yeah, the Collaboration Plus. So the Collaboration Plus is the tool that allows you to create your tests and quizzes. It is not going to be available here because I believe you need coming soon. It's not ready yet. You see, it's being produced. As I said, the digital components will be ready until the end of this semester, okay? Anything else, Katia?
Yes, some more questions that I answered, but I'm going to repeat them. That this talk is going to be available from December this year. So for you to have your adoptions next year, all books are going to be available and all components, print and digital, will be ready for you to use. By the end, the series has 4 levels. Level 3 is the last level, and the exit level is B1. So level 3 covers B1 content in the Common European Framework. Right. And Alcione, no more questions. I believe we have already typed the link for the feedback form and the certificate. Yes, Leo is sharing again. I don't know if you are able to, I would like to show them the promo video just to close up our, our webinar. I have just typed in the YouTube link in the chat. I'm not sure if you can share.
I can. This one here,
Okay.
right? From
Yes, thank you.
From the site, right?
Yes, from the site, exactly. Yes, this is going to summarize everything that Alcione has presented really well. Thank you very much, Alcione. Please just take like 2 minutes to watch the promo video.
This one here, right, Katia?
Yes, exactly. Because it's going to summarize everything. Thanks very much for your participation. Stay with us for 2 minutes more.
Adolescentes motivados a aprender inglês e preparados para transformar o amanhã? Que teacher nunca sonhou com isso? Foi pensando nisso que nós, da Cambridge University Press, desenvolvemos a coleção Game Changer. E para criar um material fácil de ensinar e que te ajude no dia a dia, fizemos uma grande pesquisa, buscando entender a fundo os maiores desafios que você, professor, enfrenta na sala de aula. Com Game Changer, você não tem apenas uma coleção de livros, e sim uma ferramenta completa de ensino. Para estimular habilidades colaborativas e pensamento crítico, você contará com projetos e atividades que abordam temas globais e atuais, aprimorando a fala, escrita, leitura e escuta dos seus alunos. É um conjunto de recursos na palma da sua mão. Queremos ajudar você a preparar aulas mais estimulantes e a desenvolver nos seus alunos a capacidade de abraçar a diversidade, exercer a cidadania e explorar a criatividade. E tudo isso alinhado às competências da BNCC. Game Changer também está na web, através da plataforma Cambridge One, um portal destinado a alunos e professores com materiais complementares e vários recursos interativos em um só lugar. E pensando em um futuro melhor para todos, nossa coleção também tem o selo social do Instituto Ayrton Senna. Assim, parte das vendas será destinada a projetos que ajudam a mudar o jogo na educação pública do Brasil. Seja um game changer e faça parte desse movimento. Game Changer, preparando jovens para transformar o amanhã.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Alcione, for presenting this really interesting webinar with full of lots of information on Game Changer. Thank you very much for being with us this afternoon. We wish you all a very good weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
See you next time.
See you.